Thank you for joining us for this edition of David's Question of the Week, presented by NM Fiber Network. As New Mexico's statewide middle-mile backbone, we're committed to keeping you informed about the technologies, opportunities, and challenges shaping connectivity. Here's this week's question.
For NMFM, any type of long-term infrastructure planning has to go hand in hand with what our members are doing. What they're doing in terms of long-term infrastructure planning, what their strategy is. That in turn is influenced by what the nation's doing. And I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but data centers are where it's at right now. That's the direction that we're moving. We're moving that for the benefit of all Americans, for the benefit of the United States. We want to be at the forefront of AI supremacy and quantum supremacy there as well. So we're moving forward with that, and that's where a lot of the majority of the efforts are being put in place today, so that we can continue to be successful and to have, a nation of healthy and well-educated citizens. It starts with that. So our long-term infrastructure planning is inevitably going to be, are we going to be poised and in a position to be able to service things like data centers, things like huge anchor institutions, whether they're municipalities, whether they're schools, whether they're a new Amazon warehouse that's showing up, out here in rural America, because we're in the business of making these connections. And those connections are for the benefit of our communities ultimately, for the benefit of the communities that enjoyed the funding from BEAD, whether that's people that have never had broadband at their home or people that didn't have enough broadband to be able to do the things they need for their day-to-day. Those people are going to benefit from it. The people upline from that are going to benefit from it. That's their local community, their small towns, their schools, their county hospitals. They will benefit. The first responders in those areas are going to benefit. And it just flows on up from there. The bigger cities will benefit. The folks that are putting in these data centers are going to benefit. We're all benefiting from the same thing, which is a healthy NM fiber network. So we plan accordingly. The electronics that we're putting in are state-of-the-art. Yes, there are electronics, so they're going to be state-of-the-art, right? Everybody will say that. Your kid's always going to be the most beautiful kid in the world, right? So we feel the same way about our electronics and our network. We take pride in that. This isn't something that a bunch of folks got together and thought, hey, it's a good idea to build a state network, not to go too deep into that, but our member companies have been doing this for decades. We're in the business of long-term strategic planning, and we believe in what we've done, and it's borne fruit in the form of communities that are well supported, communities that have what they need because of our member communities, our member companies. And now in turn, it's going to turn into not just communities, but a state that has what it needs to be successful in this coming new technological era, this explosion of advancement in artificial intelligence and large language models in quantum computing. We're right there in the middle of it, and our long-term planning strategically involves those.
Connection fuels opportunity, and at NM Fiber Network, we're building the backbone that makes that possible. Thanks for joining us for David's Question of the Week. Till next time, stay connected, stay curious, and for more information, go now to nmfibernetwork.com.